Hey, it's another episode of the Front Row Friday Show. Okay, let's get cracking. All right, we are going to start off, as always, with our social media updates. And I wanted to let you know that in Facebook news, you're only going to care about this if you have the Oculus Rift virtual reality headset. They
Hey
have
Jen,
announced what?
we can see your notes. You should switch it to the screen.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you very
Thank you.
much. Thanks, Nika. What would I do without you? This is what I mean. Like having a really good virtual assistant who tells you when you have spinach on your teeth. All right, here we go. It's weird though, because I was sitting here looking at StreamYard too. So it's like I knew it, but it didn't register. Okay. So Horizon, it's a social sandbox creation tool for virtual reality, but it's like you socialize with other people in virtual reality. So look for Horizon, because up until now there's only been a couple and they're really not very good. And I don't know if this one's very good either. Wanted to let you know that you know how Facebook suggests content for you, right? And you know that they are suggesting certain content to you based on what you like. And as a content creator, we want Facebook to recommend our stuff to a potential new audience member or a potential new viewer or reader or whatever. Also, right? Because they think our content is relevant to that person. But Facebook announced that not so fast. We're going to stop recommending your content to other people if it's content that impedes Facebook's ability to foster a safe community. So that's pretty broad, but I'm sure none of you are posting anything that would impede Facebook's ability to foster a safe community. Sensitive or low quality content about health or finance. This is important because there's AI that are reading our content. So like the word hire flags their AI. So if you've ever tried to do a Facebook ad that has the word hire or hiring in it, it can go kind of wonky. And so if you're talking about financial stuff, which could be something as simple as, make 6 figures this year, like you need to be mindful of that. And also health stuff, right? So, they're trying to get rid of quackery, for lack of a better word. Content that users broadly dislike. Can I just raise my hand here and say, I don't know why Dr. Pimple Popper keeps showing up in my newsfeed. It just makes me want to vomit. I just cannot stand it. And it's so graphic. I have reported those posts. I have said, don't show me this anymore. I have blocked, I don't know why they keep showing that to me. But that I would call content that users broadly dislike unless you like it. Content associated with low quality publishing. There's those clickbait sites and stuff like that. So if you're sharing off of there, be warned. And false or misleading content. And that's a big one right now, right? With all the COVID conspiracy stuff, the political conspiracy stuff, it's just a nightmare. So I think you're better off just not posting that stuff altogether if you don't want to get flagged. Okay, this week, Twitter provided a list of promotional tips to help ensure you get the most out of your Cyber Monday efforts. So I put a link on the show notes page, which is in our free Facebook group or our free online classroom, which is called The Front Row. And that is frontrowclassroom.com. I'd love to have you join us. So just look in the unit section. We'll put the slide deck there and any links to any resources. If you'd also like these show notes, just type show notes into the chat. And if you are on the Jen Lehner business page, so I should have on a pink shirt as the avatar, that page, if you put show notes in the comments, our bot, oh, you know what? No, don't do that. We turned off our bot for a little while. Don't do it. Forget I said that. Don't do that. Just go into the group to get the show notes. Anyway, I'll just give you their Cyber Monday tips, a few of them. Advertise early, update your online inventory, grow your social media games, suggest gift ideas, and communicate your COVID policies. But online business, that's not going to apply to you. But here's what I do want to say. I think this weekend would be a really wonderful time to, while you're relaxing and maybe you get into planning mindset, start thinking about what you could offer for Cyber Monday or Black Friday, whatever. It's not too early to start thinking about what that offer is going to be and how you position it. And if you've never done one of those, because we tend to think of those for e-commerce or, people who have tangible goods. And we see people oftentimes will do software platforms will oftentimes offer some sort of great promotion. So I love it on Cyber Monday to see, who's going to offer the great deals. But you as a solopreneur can totally get in on that. And it wasn't until I had a coach who recommended to all of us who were coaching with him to come up with just a really simple Black Friday thing. And I did, and it was just as easy as setting up an email sequence and doing a few Facebook posts, and it really did well. So be thinking about that. It was a lot of fun. Twitter has added a new informational prompt. So if you go in to search for anything that is election related in the United States about the upcoming presidential election, it's going to point you to some facts. And they also launched this, which I think this is really good. So the way that I use Twitter is for entertainment more so than business. I mean, I do use it for business. Is at the end of the day, usually, or maybe when I'm eating lunch, I might pop into Twitter and I go to the Explore tab to see what's trending, because basically it's the global conversation. And if people are talking about something enough, it's going to show up as trending. But sometimes you go, if you see someone's name trending, like if it's a celebrity or a well-known person, the first thing you think of is something bad happened to them, like maybe they passed, right? And so you click in, and then it's hard oftentimes to even tell why they're trending. So you have to scroll and scroll and scroll. So they offered this new thing that's going to give you a glimpse and a summary. It's kind of blurry here and hard to see, but it'll give you a glimpse or a summary of some tweets within that trending hashtag or that topic to give you an idea of what it is without you having to click in. So a little change, but a welcome one. Okay, so I've been keeping up with the TikTok saga, where the U.S. government is requiring TikTok to sell part of its business to the United States, or the United States is going to ban it. Donald Trump said that, and so there's been just all this drama unfolding, and it's just been super interesting. I bet you one day they will make a movie about this. None of us can pay attention to this right now, of course, because we're distracted with a lot more important news. But what I thought was interesting is that, it was like Microsoft was going to buy TikTok, and then, Twitter was thinking about buying TikTok, and all these other companies are thinking about acquiring TikTok. And China was like, well, no, you're not. We just made up some new rules that say that you're not allowed that because it's considered a technological advancement and it can't be exported without a license from local commerce authorities. So they're like, you can't, you're not going to be able to sell this. So TikTok keeps plugging right along. They keep innovating. They keep adding all these new features. They're just like, we're not going anywhere. And so it is really interesting to watch this play out. At least I think it's interesting. And so if you're interested in TikTok, you haven't explored TikTok yet, there's this webinar that they're doing on September the 10th. We put a link in the show notes. If you want to sign up, you could probably just Google TikTok webinar and sign up as well. And they're gonna talk about how you can use it to basically build any of your campaigns. And I think you might be surprised by what you learn. So meaning that TikTok really is powerful for business, even if you're not a 19 years old. So Google is, still trying to outpace Zoom in terms of the video conferencing game. And so they just announced that you can stream your Google Meet calls onto using Google Cast. You can stream Google Meet onto your TV, but of course you need a smart TV to do that. And LinkedIn published their latest brand on demand guide, which is all about how to use their ad tools for brand building and lead generation. So definitely worth taking a look at. It's the brand and demand playbook in the show notes. Oh, also, I checked to see if I had this today, but LinkedIn on their company page is offering a communications channel for your employees via your communication page. So I think if you have people who have your company listed as their place of employment on LinkedIn, then you'll have this ability. And also, this gives me an opportunity to remind you while we're talking about the LinkedIn company page that another feature that they added, which is really so cool. First of all, company pages used to be garbage. They're really good now on LinkedIn. And what makes them so good, even more, that makes them even better, is that you can see who exactly is following, not just the number of people who are following your company page, but who exactly they are. So that's good stuff. So, and it just gets better every day. So if you don't have a LinkedIn company page, you definitely want to start one. All right, now is when we get into our tools and apps that are creating opportunity, also known as Taco Day, Taco Tuesday, in our free online classroom, the front row. It's when members share their favorite apps, tools, and plugins. I like to share mine as well, and I'm going to do that today. I've got one I want to show you. So let's jump into that. So Mary said, you know, I'm rediscovering all of the things that I can do in Camtasia. You know, years ago, we used to say for video editing, use Camtasia if you're on a PC and ScreenFlow if you're on a Mac. So I used ScreenFlow for years, but I had so many disasters with ScreenFlow where it was this bug that they could not fix, and it had to do with Mac and the time capsule or the autosave or something. And then you would spend hours editing something or something, and then, you know, it would just disappear, like just completely vanish. Oh my gosh, I've cried more times than I can even share to explain to you with ScreenFlow. So when I found out that Camtasia is actually available for the Mac as well, and so they're both available for both. The StreamYard now is Mac and PC, and Camtasia is Mac and PC. That's old news, but in case you didn't know, I'm telling you. Camtasia is just the gold standard. I just love it. You can do so much with it. Tiny bit of a learning curve. You can find a million different tutorials out on YouTube. If you're in Front Row VIP, we have tutorials, many tutorials on Camtasia. But if you aren't using it and you're looking for a really robust, solid, dependable, versatile video editing software, definitely look into Camtasia. And then Kat is bringing up an oldie but a goodie. A lot of people don't know about Recur Post, but it's fantastic. I brought in Dinesh, the creator of this app, into our community to talk to us about it because, and I can't remember where we discovered it. We've been using it for years. We used to use Meet Edgar, but then Recur Post was so much less expensive. I actually don't know if it's still less expensive because I think Meet Edgar went down in price, but we just stayed with Recur Post because it's really good. It allows you to segment your content and then and schedule it out to different social media platforms. It's my shortest way of describing it. If you're familiar with Hootsuite, similar to that, but way, way better. Just a really good piece of software and a good service. All right, so now is when we talk. Oh no, I want to tell you about one of my favorite tools. So this is what you're looking at here is over on the right, you see this like announcement bar. And this is overlaying on my website. Well, this is called Get Beamer, okay? And we're going to put a link in the chat and up on the banner. It's bit.ly/Get Beamer. That's my affiliate link. This is not an inexpensive tool, but this is one of my favorite tools. It does so much more than this, but let me back up. So what it does is it that's what it looks like when it's blown out. When people come to your page, and I guess what I'll do is I'll just share my page so you could see it in action. Hold on. Okay, so let me go to Get Beamer. All right. Okay, so we'll just go to their features page so you can we can get through this quickly. So first of all, you say like, like my membership site is open. Okay. And it's going to show up. You see that little bell right there in the corner with the number 3. So you know how when you go to a website and you see that, you click on it. Once you click on it, it expands to that side panel that you just saw. There's also a top bar mode. So if you have an announcement and you want to make sure people don't miss something, you put it there. Snippet mode. So you can also add this little snippet if you've got an announcement, a new blog post, a new podcast episode, that's going to go out there as well. And then they've got a pop-up mode that you can use and tooltips. So if people are cruising around your website and they need, is this the one where use Beamer button to send subtle but noticeable messages within the, actually, I don't even know what that is. I'm not even trying to talk about that. And you can schedule these in advance and you can make them auto expire. That's one thing I love. And you can segment your audience so that so certain things just go to a certain audience. So it's very sophisticated. Really great analytics. To be honest with you, we don't use, like, I didn't even know what that tooltip thing is. We don't use all of that. But if I go to here, okay, this is my membership site. And this is why we got it, because we wanted our members to never miss any announcements. So I've already caught up on these announcements. I'm mad at myself for doing that because I wanted to do this demo for you. So I went and clicked on the bell, and now the bell doesn't have the little bouncing number on it. But if I click on it, if there was a new announcement, I could see over here what the announcements are. And then people can give feedback on your announcements too, if you have that setting set. Now, what we used to do was, and what you can do is when they come here, you can have the whole thing slide out. The announcements just slide out instantly. But the thing is, on mobile, it takes over the whole screen. So I didn't want to confuse anybody. But you can do that as well, which is really cool. Or you can have it take over the whole page even. So they come, whole page has a takeover. So I really, really love this. And they just added something new. I got an email from them. I don't know what it is, but also don't want to forget to tell you about this. So I just got this email. You probably got it too. If you're an AppSumo user, I got this just before we went live, but the gist is, AppSumo has created this marketplace that you could be a part of. So you could submit your product right here. And then when I clicked on submit product, it took me here. And so you fill out this form, and then I guess they look to see if you qualify, you're a good match. And then they're going to somehow promote your product. And I'm wondering if maybe they get a cut of it or something. I don't know, but definitely take a look at that. It sounds very interesting. And now we are going to go back to I got to find you. Go back to our deck. And we're going to talk about Bookshares. Okay, so this is on Thursday in the front row, everybody shares like what they're currently reading or their favorite business or professional development book. And Monica submitted Think and Grow Rich. She said it's been on her to-do list for years. Yeah, it was just one of those. I've tried it like 3-4 times, cannot get into it. It was written in like the 30s, which that by itself shouldn't disqualify it. But for me, I just couldn't do it. So let me know how you like it, Monica. And then Kim submitted Good Morning, Good Life by Amy Schmittauer Landino. And Amy is I love Amy. So she used to be, all things social media. Then she was like a vlogger, and she wrote a really good book about vlogging. And so now she's got another book, and I didn't know that she had written this book. So I'm so excited, Kim. Thank you for sharing this. I will for sure be picking it up because it's like all about my favorite topic of productivity and habit development. And so this is 5 simple habits to master your life mornings and upgrade your life. Aaron Thibodeau has recommended Get Out of Your Head, Stopping the Spiral of Toxic Thoughts by Jenny Allen. And Mary suggested actionable gamification. I have this book. I learned about this from my friend Tamsin Horton. It's a fat book, and it is a deep book. I mean, it's not surface level, but this guy is the expert on gamification, and he takes readers on a journey to learn his 16 years of obsessive research in creating the Octalysis framework and how to apply that framework to create engaging and successful experiences in your products, workplace, marketing, and personal lives. So I have it. It's still sitting on my bedside table. Thank you for reminding me of this. I'll pick it up again. I'm very interested in gamification, and gamification really does make everything more fun and more interesting. So this is an oldie I have never read. Kay Suarez is the contributor of this, and it's called The Big Leap. And it says The Big Leap delivers a proven method for fears, which of 4 fears prevents us from reaching our personal upper limit and then breaking through that limitation to achieve what the author refers to as our zone of genius. Hendricks provides a clear path for achieving our true potential and attaining not only financial success, but also success in love and life. And, now I know where zone of genius came from. Like, everybody throws that around. I said that to my husband one time, and I said, so I could work in my zone of genius. And he was like, zone of genius? Like, take it down a notch, like, I guess it sounds, for people outside of our little, digital realm and online business where we hear that term all the time. It's like the muggles might think that sounds a little bit like, I don't know, you're calling yourself a genius, but I don't think that's what she means. It's like working within your talents, right? Okay. Front Row VIP is open for enrollment. It is, if you're not in this community, I think you definitely want to check it out. It's a huge library of trainings about anything under the sun as it relates to business development and marketing. And every single month, at least once a month, we bring in a guest expert. This month we have Pam Sterling, who's going to be sharing with us how to create your unique branded process, the key to differentiating yourself in the marketplace. I specifically reached out to Pam because years ago, she's just an amazing coach, but I don't think she like really on her shingle, on her storefront, it doesn't say like, I will help you create your branded process, your unique branded process, or your signature system. But she does do that. And she did it so well with me. She helped me so much. I was thinking, about my members and how really everybody needs this. And I was like, who could teach this really well? And I know the people who are sort of known for that, and I could have reached out to them, but Pam was so good at helping me. And I was like, that is who I want to come. So I'm really, really super excited about that. Also, we have our strategy calls twice a month where you submit your question in advance, and I do lots of research to answer your question on the live call. You can't make it, I send you a replay with a timestamp to your exact question and answer. We have fun activities. In fact, we're about to embark upon our twice yearly accountability challenge where people get so much done in the span of 4 weeks. And we give monthly content creation calendars. So the October calendar was just sent to all members today. And we have a wonderful, wonderful community where people support each other and give feedback to each other. And it's really, it's a place I think you would enjoy. And that is it for today's Front Row Friday show, at least for the scripted part of it. And now I am going to stop sharing my screen, take a moment to see if anybody has any feedback or questions. And if not, hold on one minute. Stop share. Okay, we are together again. And hi, Isabel. So any questions or comments, any feedback? I hope you have a really wonderful day. Don't forget that Monday is, I announced on my flash briefing that it was Memorial Day, but then I caught myself and realized, no, it is not Memorial Day. It is Labor Day. And so it's time to think now about, like, if you're going to do a post on social media on Monday, what's that going to be? Do you have something queued up? And what else did I want to remind you of? I think that's it. So have a wonderful have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful long weekend. Be safe, be well. And I'll see you next time on the Front Row Friday show. And I'm looking for my closeout.